Fontin Martinez, and this is for Homework 5 for my CAS 3198 class, Summer 1. I will be doing a company profile on JP Morgan Chase Company. What I will start off with is a brief and current history on what they're about. First of all, JP Morgan Chase is one of the oldest and largest and best known financial institutions in the world. The firm's legacy dates back to 1799, when its earliest predecessor was chartered into New York City. JP Morgan and a Philadelphia banker named Anthony Drexel formed a private merchant banking partnership called Drexel and Morgan Company, which is the earliest partnership that evolved into JP Morgan by 1985. Also, in 1985, J. Pierpont Morgan Sr. becomes senior partner, and the name is renamed to JP Morgan and Company. Some of the current history that has happened in recent dates, coming back from 2000 to 2004, 2008, and 2010. In 2008, the Bear Stearns Company Incorporated strengthening its capabilities across the broad range of business, including prime brokerage, cash clearing, and energy trading globally. In 2010, Morgan acquired a full ownership in the UK's joint Virtue, and JP Morgan Cazenove, one of Britain's premier investment banks. Also, like I just said earlier in the beginning of the video, that JP Morgan is one of the oldest financial institutions in the United States, with a history dating back to over 200 years. Here's some of the things that they stand by and some of the things that they claim today. They claim that they are the leading financial service firms with assets of over $2.6 trillion. They operate in more than 60 countries. They have 200,000 employees alone, with over 15,000 ATM locations in the U.S. and 5,100 banks in the U.S. alone. They serve millions of customers, small businesses, and many of the world's most prominent corporate, institutional, and government clients. Some of the things they offer there at Chase Bank are some of the branches, of course, the ATMs, the telephones, the online banking. They offer credit cards, small businesses, home loans, home equity lines of credit. They also offer auto finance, educational finance, retirement and investing, and personal bank accounts and merchant services. Some of the net incomes dating from 2010 to 2014, their net income as of 2010 was $16 billion. In 2011, it was $18 billion. In 2012, it was $20 billion. In 2013, it was $17 billion. And in 2014, it was $21 billion. They have a broad range of net income that they get, but while I was also doing research, some of their investments or their equity that they would get back would usually go up and down, but their market share as of right now is $67.12, but as of last night that I checked, also it was about $65.70, I want to say around the range. So it goes up and down, but I want to say it stays in about the $60 range. Now I want to also touch up a little bit on the work environment and the culture that they're driven by. I found this on the jpmorganchase.com, and here's what it states. To reach our goal of being the best financial services in the world, JP Morgan Chase is committed to creating an open, entrepreneurial, and a dynamic workplace that encourages the employee to contribute to the best of his or her ability. Some of the culture that they're also driven by is performance, partnership, inclusion, and directness. Now I also want to touch up a little bit on the strengths and weaknesses and a little bit on the opportunities that they offer. Some of the strengths that JP Morgan Chase that I did my research on is that they are the most successful business services firms in the U.S. with $1.2 trillion in assets and $106 billion in shareholder equity. They also, again, I'm sorry, it is one of the oldest business firms in the world's operation, both banking and non-banking subsidiaries. The revenue alone is $56.9 million in the U.S., and they have over 160,000 employees. Chase makes the third largest banking institution in the U.S. Now to touch up on the weaknesses is The bad acquisition that could hurt JP Morgan Chase Bank is by increasing their costs and reducing the value of their combined businesses. And the acquisition could also direct the core business to merge cultures that don't complement each other. They don't have a very significant to maintain their systems, their business operations. They usually tend to put a lot of work on themselves, so it kind of dates them back a little bit. But with a heavy workload, the existing employees are decreasing in productivity. So they pretty much bite more than what they can chew. Another weakness that I found back in, I believe it was 2013, a lot of employees lost their jobs in redirecting the bank into JP Morgan Chase. The merge with Bank One created 12,000 layoffs. So they gained a new company, but they lost a ton of workers. Now, last but not least, I want to talk a little bit about the opportunities so I could conclude the video. Some of the opportunities is that the outsourcing the agreement that the company undertakes under time to time that could make it more complement by resulting cost reduction and an increase. And quality to merge with a bank led the accomplishment of a large retail banking presence, therefore helps increase the capacity to merge in its large business and structure. I just want to talk a little bit about how I had my own also bank experience. I used to work at First National Bank. With the way I feel that Chase operates their business is that they have a very, very tight business schedule, and I feel like they are one of the best banks in the world because of how well they work with each other. It's true what they say about how they give too much work to their employees, but at the same time, they're just doing what they can in order to be successful, and they're trying to push the limit of the whole new banking system. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for your time, Professor. I will see you soon.